You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you're stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa.
Hi guys,
in Accra,
this is your friend Uruj from Sendwave.
Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from Sendwave. Sendwave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With Sendwave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, Sendwave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use Sendwave? Sendwave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about Sendwave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you're stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
The best radio show.
All around the world. In your car,
At work.
at home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Starr Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Starr Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, we they call them London. And I sabi you know, just have fun and stay blessed.
In your car,
At work.
at home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show. And the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Monday edition of the Morning Show. Today is Monday, the 16th day of March, the year 2026, with the time now exactly a couple of minutes, or almost getting to 3 minutes past the top of the hour, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Once again, let me take this opportunity to salute all our women folks. Those of you who do presentations on Starr Radio UK, wherever you might be, I salute each and every one of you. And those of you who will normally, when I say normally, somebody say, what do you mean by that? Yes, we'll be there listening to us and cheering us on. I salute all of you. And let me say good morning once again and happy Mother's Day once again to my beloved wife, Lottie. I hope you are doing very, very well. And then to all presenters on Starr Radio UK, the ladies, good morning. To Shireen, downstairs, the nursery downstairs. Yeah, Shireen, massive good morning to you and happy Mother's Day. Yes, a belated one. We celebrate you all, guys, not because of just for one day, but we have to cherish you, whatever the situation is, because be a mom, it's not easy. Can you just imagine being a dad and being a mom at the same time? And you know, one of the sayings that I read yesterday was that, I mean, when you have children, they don't come with manuals. When I go buy any machine, comes with manual, and then you use the manual to look at how to operate the machine, and when there are some problems, you go on to use that to also solve the problems and the challenges. But when it comes to the outbreak of children, there isn't. But every child is different, and then so can you just imagine when that child is and then you think you want to use the method that Mr. A used for child B, whose temperament and everything is different from that one. It doesn't work, does it? But somehow you manage to plow or plod on and do things. So we are grateful to you all. Thank you very, very much. Okay. All right. Okay, so that is Starr Radio UK. 5 minutes past the top of the hour, the time, the morning show, the program, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. Now let's move on to some of the other areas that we have to be looking at. Let me say good morning to HRH Linda Pallien all the way in Cyprus, to the one and only KB Bossman, Vicky Newton, Mr. Laimi Koiki, and all you wonderful people who tune in each day, to the man of God himself, Reverend Emmanuel Sechidi. I'll call him. Yeah, he's always there supporting us. I salute you. To my sister-in-law in the US, Rosie. Good morning to you there as well. Let me also take this opportunity to say good morning to Delta Hammond in Ghana. Yes, my sister, who is my mom as well. My mom herself, Mrs. Vida Hammond. Massive good morning to you all in Kumasi. Let me say good morning also to Pastor Mary Bruce. Good morning, Mom. My spiritual mom, she does very, very well. Massive good morning to you, and good morning to Eben in Cape Town, South Africa, Antonio, and all the family there. I salute each and every one of you, and once again, I say thank you very much for tuning in. Now, those of you listening to us or watching us live from the Koiki Media platforms or Yoruba Nations platform, once again, I say good morning to you all there as well. Okay, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and we're going to be plodding on. All right then. So let's go to the program outline. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as global trotting. Then after which we dive deeper into all the programs, the news that we are looking at. We'll continue from thence, and exactly at a quarter to 12, the line will be activated. Then you can join in. Exactly at 12 o'clock, we'll bring the first part of the program to a close. Take you to Cyprus, where we'll have our own HRH Linda Pallien lined up to bring you Career 101. So then after that, discussions, we bring the curtains down for the end of the program. So in the gist, that's what's going to happen. But wherever you are, let me tell you one thing. Don't touch the dial. Continue to keep your eyes where? Here on Starr Radio UK, as we bring you what is happening from across the globe. So let's kick off with the quote for the day. And what does it say? It says that if you are not desiring desperately to break something to make an impact in your world, you cannot be truly successful. So there should be that desire, that drive, that one thing that keeps you awake when people are sleeping, pondering and thinking over whatever you have to do to make sure that whatever is on your heart becomes a reality. And interesting, I don't know what you think about that, but it's very, very true there. Okay, now let's move on to the weather. Let's see whether we got any good luck. Well, when I was scrolling through it, I saw that the weather is going to be quite an interesting one this week. But today will be generally dry and breezy with patchy cloud and sunny spells for a time. In the afternoon, it will cloud over from the west, but it should remain dry throughout. Tonight will remain dry and quite breezy and mild with a mixture of variable amounts of cloud and occasional clear spells as well. Okay. Now, when it comes to the temperature, summer temperature is going to be 12 degrees. The lower is going to be 8 degrees. UV level is going to be low. Pollution is going to be low. Sunset 18:06 and sunrise for tomorrow morning is going to be 06:13 hours. So that is the weather forecast for you. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's go to the travels as well, and let me tell you what is happening on the travels this morning. And what have I got news for you? Of course I do. Now, on the underground this morning, the Metropolitan line is having minor delays between Uxbridge. It's minor delays between Harrow on the Hill and Uxbridge due to an earlier fire alert at Willesden Green. Good service on the rest of the line though. On the Victoria line as well, we have minor delays due to train cancellations. Another one just popped in as well. So it's popped in from where? Well, it just popped in, and it's saying that that's Hammersmith and City lines, but from Barking to Liverpool Street, there is part suspension there as well. And also, when it comes to the district line between Elscourt and Kensington Olympia, there is severe delays. Edgware Road, Circle Line to Elscourt, severe delays. Elscourt to Ealing Broadway, severe delays. Plaistow to Elscourt, severe delays Elscourt to Wimbledon, severe delays Elscourt to Richmond, severe delays there as well. And part suspension between Upminster and Plaistow. So please check it out if you're embarking on any journey or any trip this morning pertaining to that. Please be well advised. Be well advised. You don't get yourself stuck in anything there. All right then, let's move on straight to the major roads in London. Let me tell you what is happening from the major roads in London as well. And what have I got for you? Well, A13 and not circular A406 are all experiencing serious delays. If you can avoid them, do your best to do so. That aside, all the others have no exceptional delays there. We move on straight to the river bars. On the river bars this morning as well, apart from the Woolwich Ferry that is having a reduced service from the 9th until early April, a reduced one-boat service operates due to essential vessels maintenance. During this time, the last crossing from the South Terminal will depart at 21:40 and at 22 hours from North Terminal. So check it out if you use that as a means of travel. Please check it out. On the cable car, I can tell you shortly, there is good service there. Bring it us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the national rate. And what have I got for you? As I say, keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated. I promise our bond. And boy, have I got news for you from there. Now, Avanti West Coast, Cross Country, East Midlands Railway, Merseyrail, ScotRail are all offering special services. Also, Southwestern Railway, Southern, Thameslink, Transpennine Express, Transport for Wales, also special services. Greater Anglia is experiencing minor delays. That aside, all the others are running a good service. And that's how I will say it once again, as I normally would. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial break. We come back. Then I take you global trotting. Don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Archie on Star Radio. Nobody does it better.
All right, welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactly 17 minutes past the top of the hour. And now we go global trotting. And what have I got for you? Starmer says working with allies on plan for Strait of Hormuz. After Trump's call, Donald Trump said it will be very bad for the future of NATO if allies don't help secure the critical waterway for global oil shipping. Now, he's caused a problem. But well, we'll talk about all that as the program goes on. And then in other stories in the UK, students queue for meningitis antibiotics after outbreak kills 2 in Kent. And it's moving on straight to some of the other stories making the rounds this morning in other parts of the world as well. This time round from the United States of America. Now it says I will try to. Now, U.S. named 6 crew killed in refueling plane crash in Iraq, and Michigan synagogue attacker brother was Hezbollah commander. IDF is saying. Okay. And then in other stories, FCC chair threatens to revoke broadcasters' license over Iran's coverage. And the Oscars, who are the big winners there. Those are some of the stories making the round. Trump urges UK and other nations to send warships to the Strait of Hormuz. Now, you've got to rattle the feathers of Iran. Now, when the ass has hit the fan, now you're calling on others. Now, laptop found in search for missing Brazilian woman, and Spain, Argentina, finalissima in Qatar cancelled. And Cuban protesters ransack communist office as energy crisis looms or deepens. Well, we're going to be telling you more about all that. In other stories making the rounds as well, far left and far right gains drove French mainstream parties into a quandary. Now, awkward choices emerged for mainstream parties after the first round of mayoral election. And then still in Europe, Zelensky accuses EU allies of blackmail or in pipeline row. And Ukraine urgent fight on financial front line. Well. Now with Russia being given the chance to sell some of its oil to ease the crude oil, the pressure and the prices hikes. Well, what do you think is going to happen there? In other stories, Iran is taking steps to prevent anti-establishment protests. Tehran's residents have said. So they've actually muted the internet, the outside one. Okay, so it's only, they said they have their own internet that they control there. Let's see how it all pans out for them. What Iranians are being told about the war? Well, it's a propaganda thing. You know, when it comes to war, to get the public on your side is all propaganda. Iran captain, latest footballer to drop asylum bid, Iranian state media has said. So what was informing them to make this decision, and why are they doing a U-turn now? We're going to be telling you more about that. 10 killed in a fire at Indian hospital intensive care unit. All the victims of the fire in Odisha state are patients, and 11 hospital staff are being treated for burns. What happened? Tigers and flies, millions of officials later. Why is this corruption purge still going? Or where is it going? We're going to be telling you more about that. He's purging the country of corrupt officials. Is that, you know, at times when you are scared of your opponents, you try to give the dog a bad name and you can hang it and then you get them out of the way. So what do you think about that? Whistleblower murder suspect in former elite officer, South Africa police say. A Uganda's opposition leader tells the BBC he fled abroad fearing for his life. Of course, definitely he will. Museveni is coming, and Bobby Wine tried to fly away. Well. You want to know more? You got to stay tuned. Well. When we talk about democracy, so I do ask myself the question: are we really practicing that kind of democracy? And is it good for us, for our system? Well, we're going to be telling you more about that. But you feel free while the progress is going on. You can share your take with me on any of the issues that we are looking at or the topics that we are bringing your way. Maybe you are watching something that I might not have had a chance to look at. Feel free and share it with us. We will be so grateful. We will be looking into it as well. Now, moving on, still on the African front. Madagascar's leader has appointed financial intelligence chief as new prime minister. Maybe he's looking at the whole thing and thinking that, well, who best to turn the tide when it comes to the economy around? The financial intelligence officer, or chief, why not? All right then, so let's see whether it's a good move. Congo begins vote count as President Denis Sassou Nguesso eyes third term. Observers note low turnout in Congo-Brazzaville presidential poll. Why? Because they know that, well, it's obvious, whatever happens, he's still going to win it. Well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. More than 50 African migrants rescued from boat in Central. We'll tell you more. Is it Libya or the Mediterranean? We'll tell you more about that. You got to stay tuned and cause your dial to still be locked on Starr Radio UK. My apologies. Yeah. Okay, moving on. UK-bound 74-year-old grandpa arrested at Abuja airport with 11 kg cocaine in balloons. Hello. All right then. Uber boat drivers shut down service in Lagos, Ogun, reasons emerging. We're going to tell you more about why they are doing so. And Tinubu policies are making Nigerians go hungry. ADC releases shocking data. A mining dispute. Government accuses Jupiter Limited of smear campaign plot during Tinubu's UK visit. And then Nigeria Navy destroys illegal refinery in Rivers, intercepts stolen petroleum products in Calabar. Officials are also saying there in Ghana as well. As the program goes on, the government of Ghana has declared the 20th and the 23rd as public holidays to mark Eid al-Fitr. Yes. And then Supreme Court judge urges young Ghanaians to uphold democratic values. It's quite an interesting one. We're going to be looking into it because the issue is you want us to be we want us to uphold democratic values. Meanwhile, when it comes to the legalities of it, where the law has to work to protect individuals and all those, we don't have that. But when it's the shoe is on the other foot, well, but this is just the intro to that. And Justice Akabuafo highlights family's role in shaping Ghana's judicial system. Well, you got to be here. Can't go anywhere and listen to us, because I'm going to be bringing you more on all those fronts as we continue with the Starr Radio UK. Well, there are 6 Akufo-Addo ministers who are under investigation by Mahama's government. What did they actually do, and who are they? You want to know more? Just be rest assured, I'm going to be bringing all that your way as the program goes on. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 24-hour economy policy misdiagnoses employment issues. Bafo Ewia is saying, well. And then the Middle East tension has triggered evacuation for Ghanaians there. On Tuesday, we'll see what government is doing to repatriate those individuals to Ghana or African countries, some other African countries, what they are doing about that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to take a break. We come back and I bring you, or we delve deeper into all the stories making the rounds this morning. So wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Well, come to Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
You are listening to Star Radio Morning Show.
Well, it's now gone 11:31, and let's dive down deeper into the stories making the rounds this morning that I put across. Okay. So first of all, kicking off from the UK front, looking at the stories making the rounds, and information coming through, new information coming through, that is pertaining to the meningitis outbreak in Kent. Now, a school pupil has been confirmed as the second person to have died following an outbreak of meningitis in Kent. Now, Queen Elizabeth Grammar School in Faversham said its sixth form pupil died on Saturday. The University of Kent said on Saturday that one of its students had also died after 11 people fell seriously ill following the outbreak of invasive meningitis in the Canterbury area. Now, more than 30,000 students, staff, and their families are being contacted by the UK Health Security Agency to inform them of the situation. Amelia McRoy, head teacher of Queen Elizabeth Grammar School, said, "It is with great sadness that we can confirm that on Saturday, one of our March last students in year 13 died of meningitis. Now, we are all absolutely devastated. Our love and our thoughts are with the family and the friends. Our priority now is the safety, well-being, and support of all members of our school community at this terrible, sad time. We will be working with the UK HSA to ensure that all appropriate actions are taken to protect our students and staff." So that's a very, very important information coming through. But if you happen to be experiencing anything untoward when it comes to your health or anything of the sort, would make sure that you contact the health authorities so that they can give you. I know that at the moment there is a queue for students and those who are in Kent, the University Canterbury, where they are all going in there to get vaccinations, antibiotics there. So let's see how that is helping. Now, the Travel Lodge hotel chain says it has made immediate changes to its door key policy after a hotel guest was sexually assaulted by a man who was giving the key card to her room. Now, if I'm in a hotel and I'm expecting somebody, even you don't give the key to the person, unless, of course, you saw me come in with a person and we have two keys. So I travel with my wife and we go to a hotel and then we are giving two keys. Because two of us that has been booked there. So she has one, and even rarely will you see me go out. We will both go out at the same time. But for somebody to just come in and say, I want to see Mr. A or Mr. B or Mrs. C or D or K, and then you give a key to the person, was something, let me call it below the belt when it comes to security issues. Well, Kieran Smith was jailed in February for 7.5 years following the attack at a travel lodge in Maidenhead, Berkshire, in December 2022. The Chain's chief executive Joe Boydell apologized to the victim in a statement on Sunday and said the changes will ensure additional or replacement keys were only issued with permission from the person staying in the room. So if it's one person who has come in, unless I say give the key to somebody, you cannot. We got things wrong and we should have acted sooner, and I'm truly sorry for that, he said. Prior to Boydell's statement, the victim, who wishes to stay anonymous, said that Travel Lodge had ample opportunity to deal with the case better, but took a very long time to reply to me and didn't really take it very seriously. Now, it was escalated in their company a little bit, but they still didn't take the right precautions to deal with the situation, she said. Travel Lodge initially offered the victim £30 refund, which she described as insulting, before the company issued an apology. The victim said, "You need to think, okay? That's not what you should have happened. What can we do to better make sure that doesn't happen again?" Now, Boydell said on Sunday, "I would like to express again how deeply sorry I am for what happened to the victim, for the mistakes we made in handling of the situation. We got things wrong and we should have acted sooner, and I'm truly sorry for that. I will welcome the opportunity to meet the victim, to discuss what happened and to learn from our mistakes. We have done an internal review of our room access security policies and have made some immediate changes to ensure that an additional or replacement room key is issued issued with explicit permission for the person or people staying in the room. This has been rolled out to all of our hotels, supported by training for our 12,000 customer-facing colleagues. The CEO said the safety of guests and colleagues was the most important thing, and the company had commissioned an independent review of its room security measures. Now, with Smith from Staines, Surrey, had been at the same party as the woman during a night out in December 2022, when they and other retired to their rooms. He went to the reception in the early hours and was given the key card after lying to the staff that he was her boyfriend. The woman claimed staff told her Smith, who was known to her, had passed their security checks by providing her name. Now, speaking before the security changes were announced to the BBC, she said, "I think it doesn't overly matter what someone knows about someone else, like personal details. What if the person needs the details of the person? But somebody can come and say, well, I am the boyfriend of the person. Go and knock down the door and let the person inquire who you are before you can come in." Because, of course, if the person did not even book in, that there are a couple who are coming in, or there's two of them coming in, how come that was given to this individual? And that £30 refund was a slap in the face of the victim. But what do you think about all that? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, 11:39 the time, the morning show, the program. Let's move on. There are a few other stories, but we got to move on with the show. In other stories making the rounds in the international world, Israel says it has thousands of targets in it has thousands of targets in Iran as Trump and Starr discuss Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Archie says the country has not asked for a ceasefire after Trump said it had wanted a deal. So, who is telling the truth? Is it Trump trying to manage what is going on? Or is it Iran trying to save face by saying, you know what? Yes, we are in a good and a stable position. However, it might be that things are happening so bad, so bad that they don't know what to do. But what do you think about all that? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, when it comes to war in these days, it's all to do with propaganda, the propaganda bit that goes on. Yeah? So, if you are able to win the propaganda war, you are able to get the your citizens on your side and also actually frustrate the efforts of the opponent. However, the chair of the U.S. Federal Communications Commission has threatened to revoke broadcasters' licenses after U.S. President Donald Trump criticized their coverage of the U.S.-Israel war with Iran. Now, Brendan Carr said U.S. partners told the BBC U.S. partners CBS News that the broadcaster licenses were not a property right and warned they can be revoked if stations did not serve the public interest. Now, Carr's threat came after he accused broadcasters of running hoaxes and news distortions, saying they can still correct course before their licenses renewals. Now, some Democrat lawmakers call Carr's comment unconstitutional. The FCC issues licenses to individual broadcast stations, but does not license TV networks. Now, people have gotten used to the idea that licenses are some sort of property right, and there is nothing you can do that can result in losing their license. I try to sort of help reorient people that know there is a public interest and a broadcast is different. Now, the FCC, the country's broadcast media watchdog, regulates radio, TV, and satellite airwaves, giving it power over a range of matters, including mergers and decency complaints. Now, on Saturday, Carr responded to a social media post from Trump in which the U.S. president said, "Low-life papers and media actually want us to lose the war." Carr wrote, "The law is clear. Broadcasters must operate in the public interest. They will lose their licenses if they do not." So, let's say, like the six, the crew who died in that crash, that plane crash, the refueling plane crash in Iraq, the six of them, and then when it started, they were saying it is not true, nothing of the sort that happened, but people came out with pictures proving or showing that something of the sort had happened. So the issue once again is, what was really happening? Was it true that was happening? If it were, what did government want us to do about that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, so on the war in Iran, well. Now, Starmer is saying, the Prime Minister said, the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer says, it is not a simple task to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but he is working with allies on a viable plan. He announces a 53 million package to support people exposed to rising heating oil prices after costs soared in response to the war in Iran. This comes after Donald Trump said it will be a very bad for the future of NATO if allies don't help secure the critical waterway for global oil shipping. In an interview with the Financial Times, the U.S. president said he expects China to help unblock the strait and could delay a summit with Chinese leader Xi Jinping if it doesn't. Meanwhile, Israel says it has begun limited and targeted ground operations against Iran's backed Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. So, you decide you want to go to war, you go do whatever, you go use whatever, and now the ass has hit the fan. And now, when it's splashing all over the place, I say, everybody come and help to do that. And trying to say that if you don't come to help me out, so that we bring the Hamas, the Strait of Hormuz under our control, and then everything that is going to happen there, then what is going to happen is that NATO is going to suffer. Catch my drift? Well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Your favorite African. Of course, I am the one and only Archie. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial as we go on. Now, another story from the Latin American area, and this time around from Cuba. But saying so, the line is activated. Feel free joining the conversation. Just dial in via Star Teams and just Starr Radio UK, and we will hear you and I'll put you on. However, if you have any comments that you want to put across, feel free and just post them on the broadcast, whatever platform that you are listening to us from. All right, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, after the renditioning of the Venezuelan leader, former leader, should I call him that, Maduro, we knew that Cuba wasn't problem because Cuba was getting most of its oil supplies from Venezuela, and of course some from Mexico as well. But after Trump has threatened all of them, renditioning Maduro and threatening Mexico as well, they decided not to supply Cuba with any crude oil. So for almost a month plus, Cuba has not had any, or 3 months, thereabout. Protesters in Cuba have ransacked the Communist Party building following a rally over steep food prices and persistent power cuts in a rare show of public dissent. And it's quite worrying. Now, 5 people were arrested after a small group vandalized the offices in the central city of Morón overnight into Saturday. Now, Cuba's Interior Ministry said discontent among Cubans has been mounting as the island is buffeted by rolling blackouts and shortages of food, fuel, and medicine. Now, it goes on further to say, Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel said that while the protesters' complaints and demands were legitimate, violence and vandalism that threaten citizens' tranquility will not be tolerated. But again, so we know that the Cuban leader has had a phone call with President Trump, but they are yet to arrive at any decision to either ease what they have to give or what they have to take. The protest comes after the government in Havana confirmed that talks with the U.S. to seek solution through dialogue to the two countries' differences were underway. Diaz-Canel said in the state national broadcast on Friday that no fuel had entered the country in 3 months as a result of the U.S. oil blockade. Well, is it that they want democracy there? What do they want? What do they want? Starr Radio UK. Destabilizing. I remember back in the day when President Obama was in power, he had a bit of this thing with Cuba and to normalize our relationship with them. Could that have worked? So we could use soft diplomacy to do the biz? Or what? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Well, in other stories as well, Now, President Zelensky, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, has accused European allies of seeking to blackmail Kyiv into reopening a pipeline transporting Russian oil to Hungary and Slovakia. He said restoring the flow of Russian crude oil through Ukraine into European Union will be like lifting economic sanctions on Moscow. But under the circumstance, as Trump has said, what do you think is happening there? What do you think is happening there? Just bear with me. Just bear with me. All right, let's move on. Now, Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban has made hostility towards Ukraine a key issue ahead of an April election. His party is entering the race, trailing behind in opinion polls. The EU has urged Zelensky to repair the pipeline quickly and is asking him to allow inspectors in to visit the damage. Some EU officials fear Zelensky's resistance may help Orban win re-election. Well, so what does he do under the circumstance? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. The emerging strand of the far left and far right in creating awkward choices for mainstream parties after the first round of French mayoral election. In many big towns and cities, socialists and center-right Republicans attempted to make an electoral pact on their outside flanks in order to beat the opposition in next Sunday's runoff. So what is going to happen there? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and we are now moving to one other story before we go to Nigeria. Okay, on the African front as well, and this pertains to Bobby Wine, the opposition party leader in Uganda. Now, Ugandan opposition leader Bobby Wine has told the BBC that he left the country because he feared for his life following January's disputed elections. Now, speaking to News Hour from an undisclosed location after spending 2 months in hiding in Uganda, he said it was clear that the regime wanted to eliminate me. The pop star turned politician earlier announced that he had fled the country. In a video posted on X, in it he repeated his claim that the election had been rigged in favor of Uganda's president Yoweri Museveni, who has been in power since 1986. And he says, you know what? I am very, very popular. I am very, very popular. So what do you think is going to happen there as well? Do you think he was popular in winning the election, or did he rig it? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, 11:53, and we are moving speedily so that we can make time for the Career 101 with HRH Linda Pallien this morning. So wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Okay. Well, a quick one from them. Madagascar's transitional leader Michael Rederina has appointed the head of the country's financial intelligence unit, Mamitiana Rajonarizan, as prime minister just days after dissolving the government. In a statement on Sunday, the presidency said Rajonarizan, Rajar's son, has led the anti-money laundering agency Samifin, since 2021, would head a new cabinet. A former senior gendarme officer and career civil administrator, he replaces Herisalalama Rajona Villo, who was dismissed last week when the cabinet was unexpectedly dissolved. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. In the next 6 minutes or thereabout, we'll be crossing to Cyprus, where we'll be bringing you Career 101 with HRH Linda Pallien. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Now, in Nigeria as well, I'm just trying to bring you one story from there. Well, this will be unpopular with supporters of the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. However, well, it says that the Nigeria's opposition party, the African Democratic Congress, has criticized the economic policies introduced by President Bola Tinubu, insisting that the reforms have deepened hardship and push more Nigerians into poverty. The party was reacting to comments from the ruling All Progressive Congress, which had earlier defended the government's economic direction and accused opposition voices of stirring public anger against the administration. In a fresh statement released on Sunday, the ADC said available data and opinion surveys suggest that the country's economic situation has worsened significantly since the current administration removed petrol subsidy and introduced other fiscal adjustments. The statement was signed by the party's National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi. According to the opposition party, the debate is not about politics but about the real conditions Nigerians are experiencing daily. But what about those who also nick the fuel out of the country to go and sell them? What about them? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, let's look at one other story from Ghana as well. Maybe a couple of them before we move on to the Career 101. Now, Supreme Court Judge Justice Kweku Aka Boafo has called on young Ghanaians to uphold democratic values and contribute to the country's peace and stability. He emphasized that justice goes beyond the courtroom and that young people can contribute to the country's peace and stability by resolving disputes fairly, listening before judging, and choosing dialogue over dominance. But if you look at events going on across the globe, around the world, communities, do we see examples of such? It's all to do with he who wields more power doing whatever they want. So what do you think? Now, speaking as a distinguished Ghetto economic lecturer at the University of Education, Winneba, on the topic Justice Beyond the Courtroom, Law, Dialogue and Values in Building a Peaceful and Stable Democratic Society in Ghana, Justice Aka Boafo emphasized that Ghana's democracy is still young and under construction, and that the current generation has a crucial role to play in its development. But the issue is, if once again they are not seeing that they are part of the governance system or the democratic dispensation that we find ourselves in, but they see themselves sitting on the fence or at the receiving end, where everything that is bad comes to them, hits them, and especially when we have a youth who got nothing to do. And as we know, the saying that says that an idle hand is a devil's workshop. Boy, what do you think about all that? This is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and we plow on at 12 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock. Let me bring you one final story from Ghana, and then we go on. The government spokesperson Felix Kwatio-Fosu has revealed details of investigation currently ongoing in former appointees of the previous government under former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Speaking on a TV program on Saturday, Kwachofu disclosed that several cases involving former ministers of state are under investigation. He explained that the government's Operations Recover All Loot, that's ORA, team is playing a key role in this investigation. According to him, some of the individuals implicated in the cases have already been invited and interrogated, while several dockets have been prepared and submitted to the Attorney General's Department, where they are awaiting further legal action. In other words, they have invited people, questioned them, cautioned them, and built a docket and presented the same to the Attorney General for action. They have over 40 such cases in the In the case of NIB, over 43 people have been affected, including Kwekwajima Menu, who only this week was all over the place claiming that nobody had touched him. Meanwhile, he had been brought in, he had been questioned, he had been cautioned. When you are cautioned, it simply means that take your statement, he said. He outlined numbers of cases currently under investigation involving former ministers and other officials. In one case, one of the cases involves Sputnik 5 vaccine. Another concerns free public Wi-Fi project. Another concerns Buankra Inland Port project. Another matter under investigation is the District Road Improvement Program. According to Kwachofu, so individuals, including Mohammed Amin Adam, a former finance minister, have been invited and questioned by investigators. So the question is, what's going to happen next? Where is the money if they're supposed to have blown the public's money? Where is the money? If not, and we're just doing that for political expediency, then I have a problem. But if it can be proven beyond reasonable doubt that these individuals have actually squandered state funds, then boy, they need to face the full rigors of the law. That is why I have to bring the first part of the program to a close for this morning, whilst I prepare the ground to take you to Cyprus, where our own HRH Linda Pallien is this morning. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. We take a quick break and I take you to Cyprus. Stay tuned. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was the book launch, so it was tiring, but it was a great event. But it happened, and I'm happy.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's great. Nice to know. Nice to know. Well, thank God that it all went very, very well. Okay, so what are we looking at this afternoon?
Today we're looking at how to... I don't actually have a title for this, really.
Okay, that's all right.
More about myth-busting the stereotypes about careers.
Okay.
Normalizing stuff with careers.
Okay, normalizing careers and or myth busting. Now,
Yeah.
which profession have you heard that maybe there's some myth around it, and you think that maybe you need to go to the Pluto and do some styles before you can join? Which one do you know about?
Exactly that.
Okay then. So listeners, HRH Linda Pallien for you. Let's go to her for her to address this issue. Over to you, Linda.
Wonderful. Thank you for this. Today I wanted to really discuss normalizing some of the beliefs that we've held consciously or subconsciously about careers for so long that is actually stopping us becoming who we want to be and achieving our professional and personal goals that we've set for ourselves. So after years and years of working, well, clearly over a decade now, working with people in various careers at different stages and listening to the common denominator of what stops them going to the next level, I put together a list of 6 key points that you need to address within yourself at whatever stage of your career to be able to break through those beliefs and move forward to the next level of your career. So that's what we're going to be addressing. What can you do as an individual where you are right now to move to the next level of your career progression, whatever that is for you.
Okay. Over to you. Go on.
Fantastic. So the first point on here is normalizing reinventing yourself and your career at any age and at any stage. We have to accept that it happens. I say just like in marriages where they say you have a 7-year itch.
Mm-hmm.
More and more the same with careers. You do something for a couple of years, you achieve mastery because you've been doing it for long, you know the ins and outs of it, and it's time to move on. As human beings, we naturally want to progress. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. So it's normal that you might want to change your career. It's normal that you might want to explore a different field totally, or move to the next level. And we need to normalize that rather than fearing that we're being a rolling stone which gathers no moss. Or the stigma that employers might say, why am I changing careers so much? We have to normalize that this happens, you know. And on the show we've spoken at length about how to answer these questions if you've changed careers a lot in interviews, but let's normalize that. And to normalize that, you have to be able to know yourself. Know yourself, know your brand, before you can create a profile that is congruent, that someone else will understand. So you want to know yourself, who you are, what you represent, and then, only then, can you communicate that to the world. And as we've said before, if you have different aspects, then aspects of your expertise, whether it's your career, maybe you have your fingers in different pies, then your values and beliefs are the core central part. That is the unifying thread between everything else that you know, or all of the skills that you've got. So I believe in this, and I apply it in this sector. Or I stand for this. I stand for peace, and therefore I'm a volunteer for refugees, or I do this in my church choir, or I work as a lawyer and mediate between disputing parties or a judge, whatever it is. But I understand that core value then translates into what you do, because your career is the vehicle for you to fulfill your ultimate life purpose. So that's the first aspect, to normalize reinventing yourself. And of course, when you've done that, then you create a profile that showcases that. This is the third aspect we'll talk about, how you communicate that with the world. So whether it's your CV or your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook profile, Twitter handle, whatever it is, whatever account you choose to use to showcase what you do, making sure that that's congruent with the values and beliefs, what you do, and what you want to communicate to the world about your overall cause, and of course the career that you're using to get to that stage. I hope that's clear.
It's clear. I can hear you. So go on. Yeah.
Okay. So the second point on here is normalizing hybrid careers. Normalizing hybrid careers. What I mean is being creative with what you do. Sometimes we can get so bogged down with a specific job description, a specific specialism, that we forget to merge different aspects and create a new job, like, a job that's completely made up of your talents, that you can then be unique and the only one that uses it. So, for example, if you're involved in playing video games, for example, and you like the visual aspects of it, can you use video in your work where maybe you're training people, and rather than sitting and giving a seminar like everyone else and standing and talking, can you gamify that training process? So that it's unique, it's engaging, and it exposes people to a different world that you have an expertise in, and it becomes unique to you. Right? So combining and creating these hybrid careers is really important, combining these multiple interests so that we're innovating all the time rather than trying to stay in the same way things have traditionally been done. Reinventing.
Yeah, but let me chip in, ask you this question. At times it's something that you feel you are convicted with. Okay, this is what I love to do. I can do it very, very well. But you need to be able to communicate with the outside world, to your bosses or this, for them to agree or come to a bit of acceptance before you can actually introduce. People do seminars, they stand there, they lecture, they do blah 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 blah, but you want to sit in the comfort of your home, just put some these games and then what you are doing. So you need to be able to convince them, but that is what people fall short of doing, and then we don't. So what should people do about that? How can you convince your people?
I think that's a great question, and that is key. A lot of people fall short of it because they're not confident themselves, or they're not confident in how it'll be accepted. Of course, there's a fear of what if people don't understand, that people have never played the game before or whatever. But this is why we need to learn to communicate in terms of, if you spoke to your boss and said, look, I understand that you're going to pay this external trainer maybe 3,000, 5,000 to come in and teach. If I know that this will work, if I make half the price, which will save you money, again, because you're communicating to their listening. And will make the training process more engaging, and people will pay attention because it's something new, and you're willing to offer a trial service just so that people you reduce the barrier to acceptance. Really helps for people to adapt it. So of course change is difficult and uncomfortable for a lot of people, but if you're so convinced and so excited about it, sometimes you go on about something so much, somebody goes, oh my God, they keep going on about it, let me try. You want to get to that stage where your passion for it comes across, the people don't have a choice but to give you a chance. So you can start with your own and have your own pilot group, and pilot it with a few people and say, okay, let me try it out with a small team, so that when the whole office is done, and the results will speak for themselves, and then we can pilot it out. So don't be discouraged because it's a new thing. See that as a challenge of how to break through and speak to what they want to hear. What will be success for them? And if you're able to show that it matches their goals, most of the time people want to hear it, and they'll be inclined to give you. That's question.
Yeah. Just a follow up to that question again. A quick one. Now, what should employers do in this aspect? Because this is maybe a staff or one of your employees who is saying that, oh, this is, and then employers, we are sad that we think, do I risk this and maybe it makes the whole thing fall apart, or maybe take a bold a step, and then maybe in some way, somehow. So how should employers also now position themselves when it comes to things like that?
I think employers really need to, as any good manager would do, weigh the risk, have a risk assessment of what's the impact, what's the worst thing that could happen if you change the system on a trial basis. And if there isn't a huge impact, give it a go. A lot of people, actually your employees, love to see that they're being invested in. Employees feel like we're reinventing all the time, like everybody wants to work in a dynamic, fast changing, paced environment, something there's something new that keeps them keen.
Yeah.
Actually, I think employers would do well to embrace new ideas and new changes. Of course, they feel listened to. Other employees feel like, okay, we're innovating, and it helps to keep up with the commercial awareness.
Okay.
So I think employers need to really embrace that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Please go on.
Okay. The third aspect of myth busting and these beliefs in the careers is normalizing failing and trial and error, experimenting with different ideas as well. So a lot of us, just like the question before, we don't want to try something new because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're not along just well. And what if we fail? And I always say that is always a given. So embracing that rather than being scared of failing is a mindset shift that needs to happen for all of us, for both employers and employees. Understanding that your job won't be there forever. I was coaching with a client today and she said, well, I really want to change my hours, but what if they don't come back? I said, well, what if, God forbid, they die and they don't come?
Yeah.
There's no guarantees in life, Here's one client, then you figure out how to get another one.
Yeah, definitely.
The fear cripple you from improving your business because you might lose them, and you have to explain the value and the benefits for them, why these changes are necessary. And then after you've done all you can, life happens.
Yeah. That's
normalizing that things may go wrong, you might fail, but we'll always learn more from our failures than our successes. The quicker you fail, they say fail faster, fail better.
Faster and better. Okay.
So you can get to these failures, the closer you are to a success.
Of course.
So let's do it fast. Let's learn the lessons quickly,
and then let's get on with it. Okay, go on, lady.
The job hopping is a part of life. You might try a different thing and you don't like it. Don't wait for the right opportunity. At the book launch, I had a young African lady who is studying business, and it's exciting, and she wants to be an entrepreneur but doesn't know where to start. There's so many ideas, but really doesn't feel particularly drawn to one. And so what I said, well, so what have you done? And she's like, nothing so far. I'm still waiting for the idea. And I thought, well, doing something is always better than doing nothing. So if you have multiple passions and you don't know where to start with one. It might be the right one, and you go ahead and you go all the way. Or it may be the wrong one, but it will lead you to the right one. But if you're sitting and waiting for this divine time or this dream job, this dream opportunity, this dream business to land in your lap, who knows how long it'll take, and how are you going to pay your bills in the meantime whilst this is coming? Sometimes you just have to get in motion to start, and then the net will appear. Jump, the net will appear. Start, and then the direction will come. If you're going to take a journey, you need to get in the car, help the thing along. Dreaming alone doesn't get the results you want. So let's normalize trying different things, and if it's not working, quitting early so you can get on with the next aspect of your life.
Yeah.
The fourth aspect on here in terms of myth busting beliefs and careers is going at your own pace. And again, we tend to, the more ambitious or the more overachieving people tend to compare with each other. Oh, they started a business when they were 15, I'm now 55, and I'm still wishing and thinking it might be a bit too late for me. But understanding that you can go at your own pace, and whatever level you are, that's the right level for you right now.
Okay.
But going. And sometimes I have a graph that I call your hierarchy of priorities. And it's based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So right at the bottom we have your food, safety, shelter, the basics. And then afterwards you go on to your mental health, and then you go on to the job that you're doing right now. And then you have your aspirations, and then becoming the best version of yourself. Sometimes you're working on your aspirations, and then there's a life event. You know, you get pregnant, there's a death in the family, there's dependents that come up, your health deteriorates, and you have to put those things in hold and make sure that your foundations are secure again. Whether you prioritize your health then, or you attend to your dependents, or whatever it is, deal with the mental problem or emotional problems that are happening before you then start reaching again for your aspirations. But understanding that it goes up in ups and downs, and we're all at different levels.
Yeah.
And whatever pace you're going, or whatever stage you are at, it's good enough for you right now. But keeping in the motion is the only thing that you need to control. Just understand. Yeah, maybe I'm on a downward swing, but after the bottom line goes up again, and being prepared for that going up, and you climb even higher on your next upswing. Yeah. So normalizing this, going at your own pace without any guilt, any shame, any ill feelings, any jealousy towards other people that are on different levels, because we all have different challenges in our lives, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The fifth aspect of myth busting is taking these clues from your life as to what you should be doing, whether it's what you naturally gravitate to, what your interests are currently, because interests shift as well with trends, with more exposure to different areas of life. Our interest and what we gravitate towards shifts. So paying attention to these clues, life clues and passions, and how we can incorporate them into doing something that we can make our career or our vocation that's fulfilling is really important. And then finally, applying that once we understand what our passions and interests and gravitations are, knowing that we can apply it into any career. So we're not hung up on what the job title is, what the label is, what the level is at, but knowing that my key skill and my core skill is connecting with people, building relationships, working with people, whatever it is, and how can I apply it in maybe my job as a cleaner, maybe my job as a lawyer, maybe my job as a software engineer. How can I apply connecting with people in that, and normalizing, applying the genius rather than labeling yourself what the genius is. It's an application to a role, a vocation that's going to be fulfilling and profitable for you, and that's what makes it a career. It's profitable because it gives you income, it gives you benefits, it gives you recognition, expertise, all of that stuff, but it's also fulfilling to you. That's the difference between having a career and just having a job title that means nothing to you.
Well, listeners, you want some myth busted when it comes to some beliefs in your career? That's what we've done for you this afternoon. But Linda, before we you ran up the points that you put across, I've summarized it. Now, is there a way that if somebody finds themselves in this situation, I've really got something that I can do something about, they can train themselves, they can better themselves up? Because I believe that if you want to sell yourself, few times I was said on this platform, you have to make sure that you've bettered yourself, if there's any word like that. So that you are sellable before you move there. Now, do you think there is a chance that when somebody has all this, with all this stuff like that, they are able to better themselves before they do that presentation to their bosses or whoever to sell themselves?
Absolutely. I think if if you need the skills, you need a particular skill set to better yourself to get to the next level, then you'll be doing yourself a disservice by not taking that extra training or retraining or whatever it is, even if you're doing it part-time alongside what you're currently doing. But I always say that don't wait for someone to promote you. You do the training, you promote yourself, you invest in yourself, because after that you can use it as a negotiation tool. You know, we always think, oh, when I become a manager, then I will learn how to communicate, or I'll learn how to give presentations. But how about learn how to give the presentations now, and then use it as a negotiation tool for why you should become manager, because you already have those skills. You know, so changing the way we look at it, and of course, even in the word that you say, in bettering yourself, there's no downside in bettering yourself, whether you use it now or 10 years down the line. You've still taken that training, and it gives you the confidence, it gives you the competence as well to be able to then showcase that when you're going for the next level of success. And it just helps, because if you take a proactive interest in you and you invest in yourself, somebody else wants to invest in you because you see the value, so they'll see the value. The value in yourself, then it's much harder to convince someone to see value in you. Because if nobody's investing, why would I?
Of course. All right, so can you just sum it up and then put the contact details so that our listeners can contact you, and of course the books.
Yes. Okay, so in summary, we've been talking about what you can do at this current stage of your life, of your career, of your journey, to make yourself better, or to position yourself better to reach the goals that you've set for yourself. So it's all about you, you know, and we've been talking about it's okay to reinvent yourself. It's okay to combine your interests and create a hybrid career. It's okay to fail and try new things. It's okay to go at your own pace because it's not a race. It's okay to take clues from your life's interest and your gravitations and your passions. It's okay to invest that effort over time to attain that mastery in that. And it's okay to apply your genius into your career rather than being hung up on a job title. And all of these makes sure that you invest in yourself and that you can reach those goals that you set for yourself quicker and in a shorter amount of time and in the most sustainable way possible, so that you're not getting there and then getting back down, but you're going from peak to peak in the goals that you've set for yourself. So if you want to know more about this, it's all written in some lovely, lovely books, which is called the Career Books. It's a series, a trilogy of 3 books, which shows you how to decide what career to go into. It shows you how to improve yourself once you've identified what career to go into, whether it's to network together, to showcase yourself. We spoke about communication. Communicate those talents that you've got. Communicate that you're the best person for the job. Communicate that trial and error and bringing new ideas into your business. It shows you all of that, how to network, how to get the right contacts, and also how to build a legacy in what you do. And then, of course, the bestseller is the Career Workbook, which is your own self-check mechanism of where am I? Does this still meet what I want to do? Am I still on track to achieve my goal? Because you can't hit a target you don't have, or you can't. So the Career Workbook puts the target in front of you. It gives you an aim to be able to see in black and white what you've achieved and how far you've got to go. So that's it. We've got the How to Career, the Career Success, and the Career Workbook that will help you to achieve your personal and professional goals. You can, of course, find that on my website, lindapallien.com. It's on Amazon, it's on Book Depository, it's on Waterstones Online. I forget where it's listed. It's everywhere pretty much. If you type in Linda Pallien and career books, you should come up with them. Or you can contact me directly on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram at Linda Pallien or at my cheerleader. Because as I say, I'm a cheerleader for people. That is my cause and my career, and I can be a cheerleader for you as well. These books are so affordable. They're between 15 to 20 pounds or 20 euros or $20, wherever you are listening from. And they ship on demand, so you'll get them within a few days. And you can start getting in the driving seat and taking your career to the next level. So definitely get in touch. www.lindapallien.com.
Linda, let me say thank you very much for that wonderful, wonderful presentation once again.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Have a lovely day.
You too.
Well, so that has been HRH Linda Pallien this afternoon, bringing you Career 101. Hope that you had a nice time. But well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, this is why I have to bring the program to a close for today. Let me again take this opportunity to say good morning and thank you to Pastor Silas who graced the Maykill Lounge program yesterday, and Mrs. Nana Amamate, yes, who was also here in the studios, gracing the studios with their presence on the Maykill Lounge, and to May Queen herself. She'll be coming your way next Sunday with another smasher of a program. But wherever you are, let me say thank you very much to each and every one of you for tuning in today to listen to us. Until I come your way on Wednesday, not tomorrow, because we have an engagement. So tomorrow there isn't going to be a live program. But until I come your way on Wednesday, this has been your one and only Archie saying, have a top of the day, and you know what? Enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye for now.
Broadcasting live online.
Thanks for listening.